Hello, happy Sunday. It is time for your Focus for the Week tarot video where we look at 3 cards to give you an idea of what you can focus on or think about or consider as you go throughout this week. And this is for the week of Sunday, May 21st, 2017. Okay, so I've got the deck right here. I'm going to divide it into 3 stacks. I've already shuffled it up, and then I'll just choose the first card off of each stack for your reading. Okay, so the first card that you got is the Knight of Cups. So this card, the Knight is usually about extremes, and the Knight is someone who goes out and conquers and charges into battle and charges forward. And the Knight of Cups is really about your emotion, your feelings of being loved and loving and support and being supported. And so I think you're starting out this week with just some really strong, really almost extreme for you feelings of love, or maybe even the other end of the spectrum, like am I loved, or am I lovable, or who loves me, or I love so much. So I can kind of see 2 sides of the spectrum here with this Knight of Cups, and that's really good. That's really exciting because I mean, what a great gift to love and be loved and love other people. And it's almost like a little warning here of be open and aware of that extreme nature and that charging forward nature. Just pay attention to that, just in case you catch yourself with some expectations or with some overbearing or something like that. Just be aware that not everyone is the Knight of Cups. Not everyone has the Knight of Cups right now. And so that might create a little bit of friction if you have a different level or a different expectation than someone else, because it might not line up. So just think about that and be aware of it. But overall, great card, right? A great way to start the week with the feelings of extreme love and just charging forward with your feelings and your emotions. What a great start to the week. The second card that you got this week is the Page of Cups, and you got this one in reverse. So that is so interesting that you got these 2 cards next to each other and countering each other in a way, upright and reverse. So let's look at the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups right here, his expression, he's almost surprised here. And when we think of a page, it's usually about a new message or receiving something new or learning something new. And so since you got this card in reverse and looking at the expression on this page's little face here, he's looking into his cup and he sees a fish in his cup and he's like, what? And so you got this card in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, right after you got the Knight of Cups, which was all about extreme and having some expectations and making sure you're kind of like checking in to make sure you're in alignment with what the other people or party is wanting or needing or giving. And so this makes me think that you have maybe come to a surprising or will come to a surprising realization, like, oh, that's not what I expected at all, or oh, this is different from what I wanted. So it's almost like coming to a new realization or getting a new message about how you love and who you love and what you love. And again, this is not a bad thing. It's just something for you to take notice of. And if you come to a new realization this week, or if you have recently come to a new realization, that is great. That is what life is all about, is learning and moving forward and learning lessons and applying new things and experiencing new things. So again, this is not something to worry about or to be alarmed by. It might be like a momentary alarm because it's like that realization, like, oh, this just clicked for me, or oh, now I know this, which I didn't know before, and it's a surprise. And so I actually want to also invite you, as you think about this, because I think it is on your mind right now, and you will probably be thinking about it this week, I invite you to find a little bit of humor in it and a little bit of like childlike delight in it, just because that's what I really see on this page's face. Like, that's not what I was expecting. What is this fish doing in my cup? And if you can approach your love and your relationships and your expectations around support and nurturing and even abundance this week with, wow, this is different than what I thought it would be. This is a new thing for me to learn about or think about, then I think that will put you in a really great place. Okay, so the third card that you got this week is the Ten of Cups in reverse. And so I really think the strong message for this week is all about expectations and understanding that your expectations, they can definitely happen, but they don't have to happen. They don't have to come the way that you expected them to. And if they don't, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That is just a thing. That is just something for you to take notice of and realize and think about, and then make a decision about how you want to move forward with it now that you know how the expectations played out. So you got the Ten of Cups in reverse, and Ten of Cups is usually about fulfillment, the end of a cycle, having everything you want and need, and just feeling wonderful and positive, and just that rainbow, that gold pot at the end of the rainbow, and everyone's together and playful and happy and joyful and loving. And you got this card in reverse. So again, I'm not suggesting that you won't or shouldn't have all of those things. I think you actually do and will have all those things. I just think that your expectation, you might have a certain, maybe a timeline or maybe some specifics. That's not really your place to choose. It's just, you know, everyone gets to choose their own way, their own life, their own behavior. And so you might have some expectations about someone else or how a situation will play out. And if it doesn't play out exactly as you foretold yourself that it would, that's totally fine. That is not a reason for disappointment or for unhappiness or for begrudgingment, if that's a word. Maybe I just made up a word, but it's not a reason to feel unhappy about it. It's actually just a reason to look at it and maybe even realize, oh wow, my expectation was this, and instead I got this. It's different. It's different than I expected, and that's fine. And it's just you realigning your new reality to the new expectation, or to the realization of what your expectation was. So that's interesting. This a lot of cups this week, a lot of love, a lot of abundance, a lot of nurturing, support. As I often say, it's really got to come from you. It's not really something that can be provided to you externally, although you can certainly enjoy it if you recognize it externally. But so this is definitely something that you can work on and look for in yourself. So let's look at the numbers too here. You got the 10 and then the page and the knight. So 10 and 1 and 1, 12, 12, 1 and 2 is 3, and 3, we get this, it's about expression, it's about community. So I think too, staying on the line of expectations, if you do have expectations of someone or some situation, and you have decided that it is really important for you, be sure to express that so that you're not hoping or expecting the other parties involved to psychically guess it and then be able to deliver on it. If you have something that's just really important to you and you feel like you really might be disappointed if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to, be sure to be clear about that so that at least you're giving the other people involved the option to help you meet your expectation, or at least they can make that conscious decision instead of not realizing that they were under contract and they didn't even get to see the contract that you are holding them accountable to. So that's, again, we often get expression and community for your number for the week, and I think that really ties into the expressions message for this, the expectation message for this week. So thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear your feedback. And if you are watching it on Facebook, I am going to do a Facebook Live on Thursday. I'll put a meeting planner on my Facebook page so you can see when you can join and ask and answer questions, and we might revisit one or more of the cards from this week just to kind of check in and see how the focus for the week is going. And if there's time and interest, I could even pull a card for you while we're both on Facebook Live together and give you a little bit of one-on-one in public if you're okay with that. So if you're not already a fan on my Facebook page, facebook.com/mytarotcoach, please do go and like that page, and I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.